What the hell are you doing?
My name is Andrew Tate, and I promise you, no, I guarantee you, I loved it.
What's up, guys? Stream Your Mind here, and oh boy, do I have a special one for you today. Hope you got some popcorn and a drink with you because we are going to embark on a wonderful journey. Can you beat Elden Ring as Andrew Tate? Please bear with me through the cringe. So the rules of the run are quite simple. I can only use fist weapons like the Kestis, the spiked version of it, the Iron Ball, or the Star Fist. Professional boxers and fighters in general don't usually wear armor, so that's off the list, but everything else is fair game. But since I had to look at this for 12 hours, I would really appreciate it if you could smash that subscribe button. I will occasionally use some sleep pots, particularly for one of the boss fights. I think you know which one I'm talking about. And for Andrew Tate's fans in the comments, please remember that this is all jokes and not to be taken seriously. And with all this out of the way, we can finally begin the run. I begin by choosing Hero as the starting class. I pick the Golden Seed as my gift, and after making the most inaccurate Andrew Tate clone in the character creation, I'm off to the Chapel of Anticipation. Here I get rid of that useless armor and those useless weapons, and I absolutely first try the Grafted Scion. Once I get to Limgrave, I quickly get to the side of Grace to get Torrent, but a weird chick with a dead eye tells me I have no maidens.
But you, I am afraid, are maidenless.
People call me a misogynist, but I prefer to say I'm more of an alpha male.
After Melina refuses to become one of my cam girl models, I free Buck and get him to join my Hustler University program. And I reach the Third Church of Marika, and here I pick up my Psychic Flask, which will help me fight the Matrix built all around me. I then took the teleport to get to Greyo Barracks. Here, Melina wanted to take me to some weird ass lame party, but I refused because that's what alpha males do. Alphas don't go to parties. They go to the gym 8 days a week and make money 24/7. After picking up the Rune 8 and the Rune 3, I cheesed the Black Knight Cavalry and used the runes to level up my strength to 35, and I then rode my horse to the isolated merchant's shack and bought the spiked Kestis for 4,000 runes. I then got attacked by a random goat, so I decided to teach it a lesson. I realized I needed to put 1 point into Dex to wield a weapon, so I got to Fort Fareth to pick up the Rune 12, the right part of the Dectus Medallion, and the Radahn Sword Seal as well. After leveling Dex, I could finally use my spiked Kestis and immediately put it to use against a big ass dragon and got myself a big stack of cash, which I used to get my vigor to 25. I then got back to Limgrave, and with the rest of the money, I bought 3 smithing stones and 3 Trina's lilies for later. I got to Fort Height and got the other part of the Dectus Medallion. It was time to start upgrading my weapon, so I went to Limgrave Tunnels, picked up all of the smithing stones I could find. I beated the giant with these, went to Stormhill and used this giant to break this statue for a few smithing stone 1s and 2s. I then made my way towards Liurnia, and on my way there I picked up another golden seed. In Liurnia I went to the Church of Irith and got the Sacred Tear, and then got to the teleport and traveled to the Academy Gate. From here, I picked up all the runes and smithing stones I could find, again, and reached the Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. And before exploring it though, I joined Melina's lane party, upgraded my Kestis to +5, and traveled back to the tunnel, where I picked up all the upgrade materials, fought the Crystallian, and obtained the smithing stone bell bearing number 1. Went back to the Round Table Hold and upgraded my weapon to +8. I killed Bogart in order to get the Iron Ball, even though I don't really need them because I already have Iron Balls. It was now time to go to Altus, so I picked up the Glintstone Key, sprinted through Bellung Highway on my supercar, and entered the plateau. Here I went to the sealed tunnel and got the smithing stone bell bearing number 2, and after getting all the goodies in the area and killing the boss, I got the hell out of there. Since I was already in Altus, I taught a rabid dog a lesson and got myself the Ritual Sword Talisman. In Windham Ruins, I picked up the Smithing 5 and totally ignored the Tibia Mariner and its Skeletrol's friends. From Mount Gelmir, I got all the way to the Volcano Manor to get the Royal Knights resolved because, I mean, I'm Andrew Tate and I resolve stuff.
Shut the fuck up!
I am strong as a knight. and people should treat me like royalty.
I am a gift to females, created by the one above.
There was just one fat Godskin noble in the room. My damage was just tickling him at this point, so after a few attempts, I went to pick the favors cookbook and created 3 sleep pots. Needless to say, this made the fight a complete joke. Once the big guy was taken out, I realized that in order to get the Ash of War I so desperately wanted, I would need 2 Stone Sword keys. So I went and got them, got back, and finally got what I was looking for. I went back to Roundtable Hold and upgraded the Spike Kestis to plus 13 and applied the Ash of War to make it a quality weapon. Back in Altus, I went to the Altus Tunnel and got all the Smithing Stone 5s I could find and got rid of the Crystallian duo with ease. Seriously, has anyone ever died to this boss? I then did the same thing in Celia Crystal Tunnel, with the only difference that the boss here was the Falling Star Beast. But I was pretty much over leveled for this area and the big rocky bull was no match. I now needed Smithing Stone 6s, so I got to this bear to break the statue for me, where I found 2, went back to Mount Gelmir where I got 3 more. Back at the not so hot after all manor, I picked up 2 more Smithing Stones here and 2 more here, upgraded to plus 17, tried killing the Falling Star Beast in Altus but failed, and decided that I had had enough with this bullshit. It was time to take out some bosses.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Poor Margit did not stand a chance at all. And the same can be said about Godric. Next on my list was Renala, so I got to the main academy gate, humiliated Radagon's personal pet, got hit by a boulder, but no worries, I got back up because I am the top G after all, and it was time for Renala. I obliterated her in the first phase. She then crawled and some other chicks started to say some nonsense and we entered the fight's second phase and I died. But on my second try I was able to beat her easily. With 2 great runes in my pocket I could finally get access to the capital, but there was still some unresolved business. So I went back to Grey Old Dragon Barrow to kill the Putrid Avatar and got my hands on the Opaline Hard tier and the Stone Barb Crack tier. The Opaline Hard tier increases all damage negation types by 15% for 3 minutes while the Stone Barbed Crack tier makes attacks more likely to break enemy stances. So very useful stuff. Moving forward, I decided to reach the impassable Great Bridge and took the teleport to Redmane Castle because it was time for a showdown between Top G and Chad. Radahn took a few tries, but thanks to my high defenses and the decent damage output, I was able to take him out without too much trouble. Oh, you wanted to see how the fight went? Well, here you go then. Back in the capital outskirts, I beat Margit again and obtained the Viridian Amber Medallion +1 and got rid of the Draconic Tree Sentinel. I was now officially able to enter the capital. Here, I obtained the Starfist, which will be my weapon of choice from this point of the run to the end. I went back to the Round Table Hall and upgraded it to +14 and applied Royal Knight's Resolve to it, making it standard this time. Back in the capital, I entered the well, reached the subterranean sunning grounds, picked up some smithing stone 7s, got lost in the sewers, and eventually made it to the elevator and reached the Forsaken Depths. I was though a bit underleveled for Fake Mog, so I went back to the surface and kicked Godfrey's ass. Morgott was next, and I don't know why I was still using my Spiked Kestis at this point, so after a few failed attempts, I switched to the Starfist and the damage was much better. It wasn't my cleanest Morgott, but a win is a win. Before getting to the mountaintops, I defeated the Tree Spirit and got the Lord's Rune. Here in the Snowy Mountains, I finally obtained the Smithing Stone Bell Bearing number 3 and went back to upgrade my Starfist to +20. But before fighting the Fire Giant, I decided to go back to Limgrave in the High Ground Cave to unalive the Guardian Golem and obtain the Blue Dancer Charm, which raises physical damage with lower equip load. I then absolutely and completely humiliated Fake Mog, got the Erdtree's Favor +1 just in case, and got back to the mountaintops, where I reached the 3rd Church of Marika and obtained another sacred tier. I was kinda worried going into the Fire Giant arena, but after a few close attempts, this happened. With the fire giant gone for good, I finally convinced Melina to become one of my cam girls, and she immediately after set herself on fire. I then woke up in Romanian jail, where I obtained some more smithing stones. I upgraded to plus 22, got some juicy runes, and crafted a few sleep pots and used them to cheese the absolute shit out of the Godskin duo. Now that the smithing stone bell bearing number 4 was in my hands, I upgraded to plus 24 and then got the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman plus 2. Killed this dragon and obtained my Titanite slab, the ancient dragon smithing stone, and upgraded for the last time my weapon. I then reached the next site of grace and spent a few hours dying to Malekith. Thankfully, he has a pathetic health bar, so eventually he went down just like the rest of the bosses before him. Time for the end game. Off near the all spammer was annoying as usual and actually killed me numerous times. But I punched him a few times in the face and that was enough to beat him apparently. Godfrey is a Chad and probably my favorite fight in the game. The top G clashed with the Giga Chad of the Lands Between, and it was an epic confrontation culminating with an actual boxing match. And because all good things must come to an end, I, Andrew Tate, was ready to destroy the Matrix.
Firstly, I am Andrew Tate, Lord of all beasts of the land and fishes in the sea.
And just like that, Andrew Tate was able to defeat the evil Matrix, become Elden Lord while still making millions of dollars just by breathing. If you enjoyed the run, guys, please let me know by leaving a like and a comment, and please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more goofy Elden Ring content. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.